Very good morning, one and all present here, connected through online. I, Yogendra Mohan, on behalf of organizing team, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, it's most honor for me to extend warm welcome to the patron of the today webinar, Chief Guest, Director Nearest, Professor H.S. Yadav, sir. Guest of honor, Dean Student Affairs, Nearest, Professor Pradeep Kamboj, sir. Program Convenor, HOD Computer Science, Dr. M. Marjit, sir. Esteemed faculty member, staff, participants, dear student. A very warm welcome to all of you. Now, I would like to request our chief guest, Director Nearest, Professor H.S. Yadav, sir, to kindly grace the dais with your presence. Now, I would like to request guest of honor, Professor Pradeep Kamboj, sir, to have a seat on the dais, please. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to request Convenor, HOD Computer Science, Dr. M. Marjit Singh, sir, to have a seat on the dais, please. Now, I would like to invite Program Convenor, Dr. M. Marjit Singh, sir, to kindly welcome our chief guest, Director Nearest, Professor H.S. Yadav, sir. Sir, kindly accept this as a token of respect and gratitude from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to request Program Convener, Dr. M. Marjit Singh, sir, to welcome our guest of honor, Professor Pradeep Kamboj, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to invite Organizing Secretary, Professor Pradeep Kamboj, sir, to kindly welcome our program convener, HOD Computer Science, Dr. M. Marjit Singh, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to request program convener, HOD Computer Science, Dr. M. Marjit Singh, sir, to deliver a welcome speech and brief about today's webinar.
A very good morning to one and all present in today's program. Respected Director Neris, Professor H.S. Yadav, sir. Respected guest of honor, Professor Pradeep Kamboj, sir. Dean Student Affairs Neris. Faculty members gathered and students, research scholars, and other participants from India and abroad. A very good morning to you all once again. And also my esteemed respect to Professor Pao An Husing, Professor of Computer Science and Information Engineering at the National Chungcheong University, Taiwan, and Professor Dr. Yoichi, Associate Professor, Department of Home Electronics, Faculty of Creative Engineering, Kanagawa Institute of Technology, Japan, for having agreed to accept our invitation to deliver the expert talk on this particular webinar titled Computing Trends in AI. My special thanks to them because they will be providing an insight into this most recent area of computer science and related areas. I'm very happy to both of them for accepting our invitation, for which we are witnessing today. And in fact, this webinar will be a very fruitful one. I thank the 288 participants. Those altogether we received 288 registrations till 5 p.m. yesterday, out of which many are joining online for this program. Professor Pao will be speaking on the topic trustworthy artificial intelligence, while Dr. Yoshi will be speaking on communication robotics for Hello Happy World. And I hope both the sessions will be very, very interesting for the participants, and it will be very, very fruitful one. I thank our Director Neris, who has been inspiring such kind of programs since he took over the SARS, and he has been encouraging all of us to organize such kind of very, very useful seminars, conference, and even motivating us throughout, even in the times of COVID pandemic. So ours is a department where every day, now and then, new innovations, new techniques starts emerging, and one needs to keep update in the field of computer science and engineering. So such kind of webinars will be very, very useful for us. And with that motive, earlier we used to organize FDPs and seminars giving the name recent developments in computer science and engineering. But now, since AI is the future and everyone is working on the artificial intelligence, so why not we think we should come, we must see what are the recent trends in AI itself. So we focus on this title. And in fact, this is going to be very useful for all the researchers, academicians, and students who will be attending the webinar. We have been doing a lot of activities. We do not keep ourselves silent. We have organized computer networking short term by experts from NITTR Kolkata in 2019. Then we conducted some courses for the MBBS students also. And then we conducted International Faculty Development Program in the month of August in 2020 in collaboration with the Karunia Institute of Science and Technology, Coimbatore. And it was 1 week faculty development program. And we had the experts from Canada, Thailand, Malaysia, Turkey, and from Australia. And today we are lucky to have that we are having experts from Taiwan and Japan. So maybe in the next forthcoming semesters, we are committed to having such kind of webinars from experts from different countries as well. So this is an opportunity for us. Knowledge is not confined in a locality. So it is a diversified one. So we must have the opportunity to interact with the other part of the world, what kind of research there is going on. And for that purpose, this webinar, pre-webinar has been organized by us. So the main motive of this webinar is to share the knowledge and informations and other research related areas in this AI, artificial intelligence. So I welcome all the participants who are present in this seminar hall, and also to those participants who are joining in online mode, that we will have a very fruitful outcome from this webinar. And I thank Director Neris, all institute authorities, everyone who has helped directly and indirectly. And along with me, I'm having the organizing secretary, Mr. Pradeep Kamboj and Yogendra Mohan. They have been helping. And in fact, we are collaboratively working towards the success of this one. So for a teacher, the happiest moment is to see that their students are doing a lot of good things. They are achieving something more than what we have done. So with this motive, I believe our students will be highly benefited from this. And also my best wishes to my own students who are joining this webinar, that please listen to these expert talks very carefully. And if you have any queries, suggestion, or anything, you can directly contact them. And you will be getting a lot of ideas and a lot of knowledge that can be obtained from the experts. So I thank one and all, and thank you very much for coming to this webinar, and have a nice day. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to request guest of the honor, Professor Pradeep Limpa, sir, to say a few words.
Very good morning to one and all present here. Respected Chief Guest, Professor H.S. Yadav, Director NERIS, and also the Chief Patron of today's webinar, Dr. Marjit Singh, HOD Computer Science and Engineering NERIS, and also the convener of this international webinars, Organizing Secretary Dr. Pradeep Kamboj, Organizing Joint Secretary Yogendra Mohan, Assistant Professor, Computer Science and Engineering, respected resource person, Professor Dr. Pao Hung Soing, Department of Computer Science and Information Engineering Director, Research Center on Artificial Intelligence on Sustainable Development, National Chung Chang University, Taiwan, Dr. Yoichi Yamazaki, Associate Professor, Department of Home Electronics, Faculty, Creative Engineering, Kanagawa Institute of Technology, Japan, respected faculty colleagues, learned participants online and offline of this international webinar, faculty, officer, staff of computer science engineering, my dear students and ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to congratulate Department of Computer Science Engineering NERIS, headed by Dr. Marjit Singh and their whole team for organizing this important relevant international webinar on computer trend in artificial intelligence. I think today is the computer age, internet and media world. The connection between the virtual and the real world, that is very important to improve the productivity, to improve the efficiency, to improve the performance, and also to minimize the pollution in the environmental. Nowadays, all the activities, maybe in industry or in factory, it is done by the machine in place of human. And with the emergence of different codings and algorithms, the machine has been allowed to learn the thinking with their perceptions, like the driving of car without a driver, and also the pilotless aircraft. Human and machine, because we as a human we act, but there may not be efficiency, accuracy, but machine act fast, accuracy and precision. So this is what we need today. Now, if you see globally, we are facing a problem of environmental pollutions. And there is a limited reserve of resources, the natural resources. So any of those, our machine and machine or conversion device, we should see that how we can improve, maximize the productivity, maximize the efficiency, and also minimize the pollution levels. Now, with this, the artificial intelligence has emerged as a new market, new opportunities, especially in the progress of critical areas such as the health, education, energy, environment, industry, automotive sector, agriculture, building design, manufacturing, etc. The important applications, the artificial intelligence like your Google Assistant, smartphone, humanoid robot, robotic surgical machines, chess play, of course, driving of car without drivers, the pilotless aircraft, and many more. So it has a huge impact. The future is on artificial intelligence, blockchain technology, machine learning, Internet of the Things. That is the future. So this international webinar is very much relevant for today and future society. I hope these one-day deliberations by the resource person will deliver the challenges and opportunity of artificial intelligence on applications of various fields, especially on medical health system, to improve the overall quality of human life. I hope our participants who are attending online or offline will benefited a lot for these webinars, especially to important expert. I think they will talk depth into the area, the emerging of this artificial intelligence. And this is a golden opportunities, especially not only our students, but faculty also. We should take part these deliberations to learn, and we should try to get maximum benefit out of this. Lastly, my best wishes to all the participants or organizer for conducting this. And thank you very much for inviting me at this important inaugural day of the international webinar of computing trends and artificial intelligence. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to request our chief guest, Director Nearest, Professor H.S. Yadav, sir, to share a few words with us.
Very good morning to one and all. I am happy to note that Department of Computer Science and Engineering today is organizing international webinar on computing trends in artificial intelligence. And very especially, they have been able to invite two very distinguished, renowned scientists and professors from international academia. The one eminent speaker is Professor Dr. Singh. He will deliver his experience on trustworthy artificial intelligence, and the other renowned professor, the eminent speaker, is Dr. Oichi Yamazaki from Department of Home Electronics, Faculty of Creative Engineering, Kangwa Institute of Technology, Japan, and Dr. Pao is from Taiwan. So having these two eminent resource persons, I think it is a good initiative by the Department of Computer Science and Engineering And then I acknowledge the presence of guest of honor, Professor Pradeep Limpa, our Dean, Students Affairs, the convener of the program, Dr. Marjit Singh, who is head of the Computer Science and Engineering, and many other colleagues, the organizing secretary, Pradeep Kamboj. We have with us Professor M. Upadhyay from Department of Physics, Ajit Kumar, then Professor Satyajit Bora, then Dr. Tagu, and many other younger colleagues. Yogendra Mohan is comparing the program, and our bright research scholars, students, and more importantly, the delegates who are connected online, and colleagues, the distinguished scholars, ladies and gentlemen. It's our privilege to have this deliberation on the occasion of international webinar, wherein this day is devoted to getting the experience of two eminent scholars, particularly in the area of artificial intelligence, which is emerging today to address the local need from place to place, because globally the different countries and different social setups, industrial developments will require different set of requirements and challenges, and how they can be met by using artificial intelligence is a new era for today's development of science and technology. But then, although I do not belong to this specialization, but then have little experience in basic science, and if we look into the natural intelligence which emerged with the origin of life from the simple organic molecules, then having more complex molecules, proteins, then complexity of life, and now as on date, we have a very diverse world where you have a very wide range of people and living being which are having a good equilibrium and ecosystem locally and globally, which is sustainable, and we are surviving with different challenges. And if you look at the global scenario, even at the country level, there are wide range of requirements and needs of the society, like India being a very vast country, having so many diverse language, religion, faith, belief, and the different sectors like agriculture, industry, education, and biomedical requirements. So a lot of diversity exists within a country even. So we just need that when you do something to impart better output in natural intelligence by so-called artificial intelligence, one has to be very careful, because for the shorter gains, we cannot ignore, and our younger generation or the generations which are yet to come into existence will never forgive us if in the thrust of introducing and achieving something by ways and means of artificial intelligence, if we are disturbing the future scenario, because if you refer to natural intelligence important in non-living creatures globally, so a very wide range of biodiversity exists, but then still there is a good equilibrium and ecosystem sustainable development and saving the mankind in a different way in the different scenario. And we are already on the verge of climate change having impacts on wide range of activities around locally and globally. And therefore, many other issues, even we have already faced, and still the game is not over in terms of COVID-19 pandemic phase, which was a challenge globally. And in India, we had to lose large number of life and so many difficulties. The academic campuses were shut down, and many more difficulties for labor class, working professionals, and everybody, one and all. So I just would like to invite the scholars engaged in artificial intelligence to achieve something quick, because if you look at the natural intelligence, the life emerged and it took a quite long time and duration, and it is a very slow process which imparts a very stable equilibrium for living and surviving and for livelihood. So in the thrust of introducing artificial intelligence, I am sure the experts as well as the scholars engaged in the area will certainly look into all the aspects. A holistic approach is required so that we do not disturb our existing equilibrium of the natural intelligence, but then we overcome the challenges locally around us. But then I am little afraid that whatever challenge you overcome with the induction of artificial intelligence in a particular set of requirements in the age of communication technology, where each and every knowledge and experience percolates down to each and every corner. So it is going to be a big challenge to confine that remedial measure through artificial intelligence in a particular domain. But then altogether, it is the role of the scholars, people, scientists, technologists engaged in the area, and particularly the experts which we have today, Professor Pao and Professor Yamazaki. Uh, they will certainly give you highlights and directions how to proceed while making use of artificial intelligence or exploring artificial intelligence to see that we develop in a better way and our future is very well protected. So once again, I very warmly welcome all of you, all the delegates, and I congratulate the organizers, and very especially I warmly welcome and congratulate the two professors, one from Taiwan and other from Japan, who are going to share their knowledge and experience with our scholars and delegates. And I wish good luck for this international webinar. And I encourage all of you to have such interactions with international experts very frequently so that our younger students are also very well interacted and they are very closely aware of the developments taking place around and within the country. So with this, I wish good luck to the organizers, all the delegates, and our very humble respect is submitted to both the experts who are going to be the key person for today's deliberations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us. Your presence, motivation, and support means a lot for us. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Now, I would like to request Program Organizing Secretary, Mr. Pradeep Kamboj, sir, for the vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity. On behalf of organizing committee, I, Pradeep Kamboj, take this opportunity to extend my sincere thanks to chief guest of the event, Professor H.S. Yadav sir, Director NARIST, and also the chief patron of this international webinar for accepting our invitation to grace the occasion despite of your busy schedule. We would like to convey our gratitude to him for extending all kind of support required to make this event happen. Thank you very much, sir. Without your support and motivation, this event would not have seen the light of the day. And it's our privilege to have our guest of honor, Professor Pradeep Limbha sir, Dean Student Affairs, NARIST. We extend heartfelt thanks to him for accepting our invitation and always supportive to us. He has always been an inspiration for us. A sincere thanks to Dr. M. Marjit Singh, HOD CSE, for initiating this event and extending generous support and kindness to conduct this webinar efficiently. A special thanks to Mr. Yogendra Mohan, organizing joint secretary of the webinar, for his sincere efforts in coordinating and making this event successful. A wholehearted thanks to resource person, Professor Pao An Shuing, Department of Computer Science and Information Engineering, National Shung Cheng University, Taiwan, and Dr. Yoichi Yamazaki, Associate Professor, Department of Home Electronics, Faculty of Creative Engineering, Kanagawa Institute of Technology, Japan, for accepting our invitation despite their busy schedules and sharing their valuable knowledge with us. A special thanks to ETCell team for being instrumental in conducting the event. Sincere thanks to the participant to show their zeal and enthusiasm in the webinar. Last but not the least, I would like to thank the faculty members, officers, staff members, students, and research scholars of the department for their active support throughout the process. In fact, I thanks to all who have contributed directly or indirectly to make this event successful. Thank you to one and all. So with the permission of our director, sir, I would like to conclude this inaugural session. And all of you are requested to please have a cup of tea waiting outside. Thank you. Now, all the participants who are joined online are requested to join the session at 11 a.m. The first expert talk by Pau, Professor Pau. Thank you. Thank you. No, sir.